Congratulations on Sing Street.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Lots of fun. I'm just wondering if you could talk about sort of how you got the role and how you got into the film.
Well, I went to an open casting. I saw the queue and I was with my mum and it was so big. I just turned to her and I was like, oh, should we leave it? Like the queue was so big and it was a bit rainy. But she was, classic mammy was like, you will not. We drove all the way into Dublin. I was queuing for like 4 or 5 hours, and the first audition I did, I went in and just played a song, and I played Blackbird by the Beatles, and then I talked a while, just talking, having a conversation, just so they could get to see what I'm like and who I am. And one stage I was on holidays in Spain, in the middle of the Pyrenees Mountains, when we got a call, and they were like, can we get Ferdia back it was like Saturday, and they were like, can we get Ferdia back for Tuesday? And we ended up saying that, it was the last call that they were doing, and we ended up flying back, and I'm just so glad I made all those decisions, because there's so many moments when we were like, will we just leave it or will we do it?
Touch my touch, explode, so desirable. I never will unfold, I'll never unravel the riddle of the model.
Do you have a sensitivity for sort of music that's slightly more melodic rather than contemporary?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely love the classic stuff. Like, I mean, I listen to loads of Joni Mitchell and Nick Drake, and it's all, I think that's just some of the best stuff is just that folk with guitars and just some songwriting stuff, and that's where I learn all my songwriting bits. But like, I listen to all kinds of music. I'm really open to everything, and I've gone through different phases of all kinds of music, and pop music is great. I mean, I'm doing it at the moment. So.
Did you have an older brother kind of character that actually put you onto these records, or did you just have Amazon?
No, my older brother was there, and I have an older brother who's the same age difference as Jack and Connor in the film. Sorry, Brendan and Connor. And we just, I mean, he's always the guy with the CDs and the records and handing them down to me. Like, I mean, Crosby, Stills and Nash and Joni Mitchell again. I get it off from, and the same music my mum listened to as well, and my mum and dad when they were younger, because that was their time in music. And
so what would you hand off if you had one record to show to your friends who are listening to a bunch of new crap? What would you play them?
One of the best albums I've listened to in the past while is Joni Mitchell's Blue. I would hand that down. I'd say listen to that. Like, I think that album is one of those ones that really grew on me. The more I listened to it, the more I absolutely loved it. It's one of those albums.
Could you talk about performing the songs, creating the songs, and what role you played in that, and what was that like, putting all those together, the new music, and working with his director?
Yeah, well, John liked to keep it really natural when we were performing the stuff. He left it up to us to what we were going to do when we were performing the songs. And I mean, Connor kind of changes throughout the film. He's kind of insecure at the start, and he's this kind of confident guy at the end. So I wanted to get that in the film, especially in the performances. He's kind of getting better at getting into it. And at the end of the film, he's really, at the gig scene where he's jumping off the kick drum and he's doing all this stuff. But I mean, it was all just so much fun. We just had a blast. The music was really fun to perform and really fun to record, and we had a great time in studio. We spent about 2 weeks in studio, and we just had a blast doing it and performing it with all the lads. You can't go anywhere. You gotta grab the wheel and own it.
It's not exactly the Beatles, is it?
I actually love this band.
What style would you say you are?
I'm a futurist.
Well, see you in the future then.